Hello, my name is Chandra Robinson, and I held a group on Wednesday, June 29th, 2021 at 6 p.m. The meeting was held in Chase City, Virginia, and the group lasted approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. There were 6 participants to the group, not including myself. Um, this was a group of qualified mental health professionals. I've worked with this group for about 3 years. The group was held to discuss compassion fatigue and performance of self-care. We service at-risk youth and adults with mental health setbacks. We often experience burnout, and this group was a discussion to share the information to help with the results or consequences of the burnout. The group began with a team building exercise, and all but about 2 people wanted to participate in the team building exercise. It was an exercise geared towards understanding how things can get in the way of what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and what we're trying to achieve. Following the team building exercise, there was a brief 10-minute discussion on why these members did not want to participate, and also on what everyone learned from the team building exercise. After the team building exercise, the group engaged in reading information about compassion fatigue, what it is, and how people often deal with it. And we talked about different things that we've encountered in servicing the people that we service and how compassion fatigue has affected us throughout our services. The group members were engaged. They were asking questions. They provided a lot of self-disclosure about things that they go through, how they deal with their burnout, and ways, that others may be able to practice dealing with their burnout. The 2 members who did not want to participate in the team building exercise also didn't really want to participate in the discussion. However, they were prompted by myself as the leader, and they were prompted by other group members, which was very interesting to me because everyone wanted everyone else to participate. They wanted the information because, as I said, especially with summertime being here, it's a lot of burnout going on. I feel personally that I did a fairly good job facilitating the group, even though I work with this group, and there were times I had to redirect them to focus back on what we were talking about because we're all familiar with each other. They often wanted to have sidebar conversations. They wanted to talk about things other than the topic. So just bringing them back, dealing with the cutting off, which was one of the issues I had, cutting people off, because this is a very strong group of women that I had this meeting with, which I'm kind of glad because it gave me a lot of experience dealing with them. Also, they wanted to joke around a lot. They wanted to play around a lot. And, just like I said, redirecting them, bringing them back to focus, keeping them on topic. Another thing I feel that I needed to do better on was to bring in more activities because I didn't have a lot of activity scheduled. It was more of a discussion, trying to get people to give their input and things like that. And of course, getting everyone to stay engaged, to stay active, to stay participatory in the whole meeting. And again, the group, like I said, we started with the team building exercise. We got into talking about the handout that I gave on compassion fatigue and what it was. And then, and a lot of people gave great disclosure about the things that they were going through at the time and how they deal with it, how they feel about compassion fatigue, how they explain it to their supervisors, because of course this is something we discuss a lot in supervision, and how they are going to continue to deal with it in the future because this is an ongoing issue that we often have. The highlight of the group was just being able to get in front of people, to be able to talk about something that affects all of us, to talk about something we all have in common. Um, the most important thing that I took from the group was the transparency, the learning to be transparent, the prompting transparency from everyone, the bonds that we have built because we all share in this whole burnout, this whole burnout thing. How will I apply what I've learned in the future leadership? I will continue to prompt others. I will continue to use some of the things that I have learned, and for instance, listening more, and I jot down little things that I can remember. I'll jot them down so I can bring them back up. I can get them to further elaborate on them, um, to offer feedback that promotes further conversation, that promotes further discussion, to ask the right questions. I'm just learning how to do all that. And of course, I want to learn how to um, add activities, to add different things, maybe to break them off in dyads with larger groups, and find out what kind of information that I would put them in groups to discuss or to present or things like that. Those are things that I would like to enhance my skills on. Um, I guess my concluding thought would be to just take your time and let it flow. There has to be a flow to the group process. And if you aren't able to find that flow, maybe that's not the best group for you. Maybe you just have to try something different. Thank you.